Hooray! It's finally working. I really, really hope it is. Yeah, things are moving and Dogfight is capturing. Okay, take 3. This is Dogfight. And running at the proper speed. Cruising through the air in your brand new S-15 fighter into enemy territory. Blah, lure the guards away. Take it out. The whole mission's success relies on you. You have these choppy clouds, which are actually choppy and not stream being screwy. You stop in midair, I guess. And so this is basically a Space Invaders sort of thing. With an electronic instruction manual, wow. The red plane at the bottom of the screen, your enemies are the planes up top. You have to destroy all enemies unless otherwise directed. Your objectives: to destroy everything on the screen, which I just said. Lose your shields. There's controls. Every time you're hit, you lose shields. If you have no more shields, you'll crash. Enemies will have different weaknesses and strengths depending on which mission you are flying. I don't know if there's much of a difference. Copyright 1995. So it's just, you know, Space Invaders. And the player touches these objects, and these objects send message to the objects that make up your ship. Shot, your shields go down like this. And yeah, so ZZT has no way to keep things together or anything, everything's its own tile. And so if you try to move while you're being shot at the same time, something's gonna get dropped. Either you're not gonna take damage or your ship part is not gonna move. So this happens constantly. The official ZZT worlds do have like hint sheets and stuff that are physical. And it actually is possible in ZZT to have it display the content text, which is pretty neat, but nobody ever really bothered with. Your way back from a successful mission, you are ambushed by air pirates. Nowhere your ship, destroying the front cannons and taking out your defeat them and return home in time for the port. Again, for ZZT. Oh, I like how they just float in midair. I remember having a ton of fun with this as a kid, and it's actually very boring. But it's cute. I love the sun in the corner. Destroying the pirate fleet, head back to the nearest base. It's a great cutscene. Cool. You have to buy a jet plane. And you do by becoming a gladiator. This is definitely how the Air Force works, or whatever they called it. Flares, rations. I don't have any money. So yeah, then it just got to this weird ZZT arena game. Oh, I really like that flash effect when you get hit by a bomb. So how much does an airplane cost? $80 credits for 10 bullets. This is very expensive. Oh, okay, you're just supposed to find the best shop. 15 for 10. 40 for 10. That's a whole bit. So how much does an airplane cost? 2,000. Okay, I am not gonna play this and get 2,000 credits. That's a lot of time. Oof. Oh, it's a freak storm. There's pigeons driven insane by the nearby base and the electric attack your ship with, you know. It's back to this again. Which mostly just involves hitting left and up. Yeah, but still, this doesn't support bright backgrounds, so it just uses the blinking instead. Okay, mission accomplished. God, it's still blinking. Still back to park the plane. Ah, it's an F-224 with modified lasers. Oh no, I missed the award ceremony. And something weird is going on. Everybody's disappeared. There's this glowy thing. Feel a strange pulling in your gut. You feel like you're being ripped apart. God, I forgot there was so much in Dogfight that was not flying a plane. But you basically get the idea. Got 9 other games to cover, which is quite a lot. So let's move on to something else here. Next up, let's try out Racer X, Speed Racer X. This game's about. Race against a 2-time course, race to the finish. It's a 20-course game, the fastest. Be the best at racing among your friends. Games will help you along your races when any obstacles stand in your way. Don't finish a course within 2 minutes and lose to the challenge. I don't like this option being this low on the menu, how to work this menu. Okay, so what are you doing right now? Let's see if you figured it out. Let's just jump right into it. Stop laughing. This is Racer X. It's a racing game. If they got 9 kills, you can laugh at that. So use the arrow keys left and right to steer, up to accelerate, and down to brake. If you crash into a wall, you slow down, bounce off. Ugh. And that's really all this is. So you can also see there's these like fake counters counting down how much time left, which is just the object constantly changing characters because there's no actual way to keep track like that. Although the gems seem to be keeping track of how much time is spent on each course. There's a reason these racing games are the sequel. Driving's hard. There's more to it than that. And you can see that the still does the racing game thing where it has these choke points to make sure that you don't try and cheat and turn around. You can become solid once you pass a certain point. And there's probably another one. Yeah, once you get like halfway. Yeah, it's a big hard-coded loop. It just tells you to become a 9, then an 8, then a 7, blah blah blah. Then once it hits goes back to 9 again, it tells the 10s counter should decrement this character by 1. Oh, I'm low on time. Hey. Okay, here we go. I probably should have went through the tutorial because there's things. So I'm going to actually edit this. There is more to it than just going in a circle. Pick up, oh, you have to slow down to pick up items. Before speeding up your car, wait for it to move. There we go, yeah. So you can get speed boosts, time bonuses, lap skippers. There's other obstacles that show up in later courses. Here we go. This is a much better overview. course, can change tracks and do little things like that. And you get this cool speed boost. Which uses a trick that lets things easy to move 2 spaces in a single cycle. And if you hear meowing, that's my cat who wants to be let into this room. But he's not gonna be. That's Racer X, there's not a whole lot to it. It's actually got a good number of tracks. Out in the Surge Up. I love the little fake ads. An ad for War. So when you do, oh, guns don't kill, people do. When you do the speed boost, you don't actually skip a space. You're just basically taking 2 individual steps, so you can't like go through walls or anything. Actually, show you how it works quick. So ZZT has regular direction commands to just move in a single direction for one cycle. And then it also has a walk command where instead of having to say walk east 10 times, it'll just constantly try to move east. And it stores the direction it's walking in. And you can take your walking movement and also still take a regular movement direction in the same cycle, so that lets you go 2 spaces at once essentially. And actually move faster than the player. It also means you can get what looks like to be diagonal movement, but it's actually moving on every space. It has to be available to move in that direction. That's diagonals and extra the speed boost and how all that works. Next up, let's take a look at Freak the Cat. It's an interactive fantasies game with this lovely text animation. Background story. Yeah, the text scrolling is just the regular ZZT messages. It's just playing them so fast it creates an animation effect. Just when our hero, Freak the Cat, was busy with his favorite hobbies, some jerk came up to him and captured him. Jerk only said that his plan was to kill all the cats in the whole world and that his aim was I love dogs. Right after he was put into a cage, Freak noticed Mr. I love dogs had forgotten to lock it. He escaped, but now he's inside the garden in front of a huge wall. At this point, you take over control. You have to take care of Freak. You have to make sure he escapes successfully. Be careful, normal cats and Freak only has one. And this is going to be a side scroller. It's going to be the same basic concept as Dogfight works, where there's just going to be objects surrounding the actual player. And you can only save in response because ZZT starts the player paused. So if you save, like right now when it's surrounded, the only way to unpause is to move, and you can't move, so you'll just have a soft lock save. But in this case, you get a platformer. You get up to jump. And you got a cooldown on your shooting. And these platforms slowly fall, so whoops. Now I have to time my shot. Can I make this? No. There we go. So how do I... Oh, there we go. There's a flying fish. Uses a platform. Not the most responsive thing in the world. As soon as you move in midair, you begin falling, so it's really tough to make tall jumps. It's got a little interactive. Now it's safe to save. Ah, the old act like a button. Nobody wants to see your sneak now. For whatever reason, there's a lot of side scrollers made by the people who are in interactive fantasies, and they all love to do things like bubbles like that, or just whatever tiny little detail. This game, there you go. What I mean by not being very responsive. Even just jump 2 spaces can be a pain. I can't believe I got through lava boards so easily. Ugh. Come on. This cat. Okay. Okay. There we go. Oh, I scared the snake away. The snake. Oh, and here we go. We get an underwater level, which is basically just slowing down the gravity and letting you keep jumping when you're jumping. And you get an air meter. If you pop up for air, And you still have the underwater physics even when you're not underwater, apparently. Pay attention to falling coconuts. Oh. Death by coconut. That was no coconut, that was Barney. Got those cool Barney references in this game from 1997. I want to see. These coconuts. I don't know if it's Dark Souls so much as it's I want to be the guy. Ugh, this is tough. A lot of this is just there's a ton of latency. Because first the player moves, and then it touches an object, and the object sends a message to the cat to move, and then the cat moves. Alright, I'll try to hold it. Hey, it worked. There's a spring. Look at that amazing animation. Oh, and now we're going into space. Yeah, that planet really snuck up on us. Yeeks. Welcome to the space part of this freaky adventure. There's less gravity on the planet, jump much higher. Ooh, that is much higher. And objects can't push objects. So I have to actually jump to make the elevator go up because it needs to have room to be able to go up. Am I supposed to shoot the alien? I hope so. This guy just shooting me only does 10 damage. And you can see me getting hit by some bullets but not taking damage because I'm hitting jump immediately after, and so it doesn't get the process. Ugh. I seem to have broken him. Oh, I seem to have broken Freak. He's not moving anymore. Uh-oh. Wow. Someone freaked the cat. We didn't even get to see him say his famous catchphrase, which is just shit. "20 levels. What else was in here? Yeah. Moving a platform where you would have to ride across the lava. There it is. I knew there was a space McDonald's. Then a rocket ship to take you back to Earth. Oh, that looks like a terrible level. Oh, hey. This has the same as Racer X, basically. And the final boss is basically recreating the fight with Donkey Kong. Let's actually see that. If you ever played the classic Donkey Kong, you'll probably recognize. Eventually, Mr. fall down. Ah. Only get hit by so many super doggy bullets. That's Freak the Cat. Alright, so now we're gonna get into one that's definitely interesting. It's called 4. Quite simple. There's 2 modes in this game, in and out of the cursor. Get into the cursor mode on any board, go to the arrows, press down. Now the cursor move around. To manipulate an object, move the cursor south of it and press up to go through options. Look, search, open, pull, use, get. Shoot north to choose, shoot west to look at the room, shoot east for special, and south to exit the cursor. The point of the game is simple, it is a puzzle. Through finding objects and using them to get through each level. So, this is 4. It's a first-person point-and-click adventure. ZZT actually does support the mouse, and it's really terrible normally, because you'd be controlling the player in an action game, and it would go very poorly. But I do have it in mouse mode now. Oh no, I don't, because I restarted the stream like 10 times and hit have it. Mouse color. So now I'm moving with the mouse. It's a little slow and still a bit clunky. But it's a point-and-click adventure. You get your inventory drawn on the side. It said there's a description of the room. So you have your basic look command. Open the drawer. And get a pocket knife. The other one's a map. And leaving's a bit clunky, but and the game has to keep track. There's only 10 flags that can have set at a time, so your inventory will load each time you switch to a new board. There's nothing in the fridge or the freezer except for some fish. No food. So, well, hang on. if I'd say no food when there's eggs, milk, meat, and apples. That's very much food. If only you could see how often I have to pick up the mouse. And clicking the mouse button will shoot in the last direction you moved, so that's why when you keep using up to cycle through verbs, and then you just left click and it'll take the action. This game got a lot of attention when it first came out because it was very, very different. West is my house, east is the park, south is down the road. And so these scenes have to be made entirely with fake walls so the cursor can move around. Graphics are very limited. I don't think there's anything else in this. It also means that you can interact with those here end up standing out a lot, which is probably for the best. I wanted to. Plants grow around the grassy field. Grassy fire field. Alright, you can't just take the rope because it's got thorns, so you need to use your knife. And again, since ZZT has so little space available for inventory, you're pretty much getting rid of one item to replace it with another. I think these battles could have been handled better. A lot of walking. What do we have here? So there's something in the middle of the road. A vase. Getting a force field that engulfs the forest. Yeah, I'm fighting the controls a bit here. Place the rose in the vase and the force field disappear. And now I can get to the forest, which is very spooky. And although this game did get a lot of praise for its engine, its actual gameplay is really basic. There's a cave. I remember enough that I can't get in the cave yet. I need to go into the museum. So yeah, here there's slightly more detailed art, but now it's a wall cursor. Can I just take the gem? Ah, no. There's a puzzle. I really hope the puzzle isn't to use a light bulb, but it probably is. Nope. And so, yeah, that's 4. I have point and click adventures. kind of surprised nobody else ever did anything with an engine like this. It's probably because even though you're using a mouse, the movement is still really rough. And then I guess you're also, okay, I guess I do get why nobody else ever did a game like this. It's much more flash than it is substance compared to other adventure games where you just control the player directly. Alright, so next we have Cat, that damn cat, as you can see here, by Commodore, dedicated to Nick II. So I actually already wrote about this one for a closer look article a little while ago, but it's still really neat to see in action. And this title screen, before anybody freaks out over the graphics, is done with the ZZT program, which will take an image file and convert it into a ZZT board, and ends up producing stuff that looks like this. It's been 2 days since your owner left. She went out the back door and hasn't come back. Food, something must be wrong. It's time to find food or your owner. Whatever. Good luck. So this one is really unique. You move around by actually still moving the player in the corner, and then objects see where the player is, and they turn a certain set of invisible walls on to draw a little cat and turn the rest off. And you can press the bar to interact with objects that are in the main room. You can smell the flowers, which smell nice. Or you could do the cat thing and knock the vase right over. So you get to interact with the world like this, and it kind of does what 4 does, but it comes off a lot nicer, I think. And this game has to use a lot of black space to have spots where the cat can draw. So most of the backgrounds are pretty empty. If you were a boy human instead of a boy cat, you might be attracted to her. We did get a key. That's not the right one. You get the cat going up the stairs. And this also very great cat under the bed. Lots of dust bunnies. Or you can just sleep on top of the bed. I'll take a nap. Now the bathroom, I've never heard of, well, a bathroom in a house that has a key, but apparently this one does. There's the really good dripping shower head. And a toilet to drink out of and get a key. The effects look quite as good when you're going in reverse. Walking down the stairs backward. Hello, Evie. You missed the first person point and click adventure. But now you're getting to see the game about a cat. sprinkler and a beehive. And you won't climb a tree if there's a beehive in it. Smart cat. Also smart, the cat can turn on a faucet. And I love that it actually ends up creating depth with the sprinkler. There's a rat. You actually have to catch it. Yeah, it's very much like a Game & Watch sort of thing. It's just using invisible walls to turn on and off cat sprites. And yeah, it does do a really good job with working all the black into the background and still having things look good. So the rat was an electric rat, and catching it has opened the entrance to the street underneath your owner's shed. And take the red fuse. These weird science machines. And this is a puzzle where you can see the lights in the lower right with the fuses. You have to make sure that only the blue fuse is placed. Alright, let's see what happens to the cat. And the cat's in space now. Like, these background decorations are so good. As is the cat sitting in the captain's chair. Well, poor cat cannot smash glass. Main power's down, reserve systems are on. Hammer. Just snatch it and put it in your fur. There's some more weird buttons, which I don't remember what they do. Now that the cat has a hammer, smash the glass. And that was the self-destruct. So, there's the door. Okay, this I remember. You don't want the engines on. You do. Uh-oh. This guy's in trouble. There we go. Needs to be an emergency. Well, there's 16 seconds on the construct. Oh, am I gonna have enough time? It's a narrow escape. And a really good fire effect. And another really, really good effect. And now the cat. This is just like Freak the Cat, actually. Well, you missed the beginning, Evie. The cat's owner has disappeared, and the cat is hungry and wants food, which means finding food or your owner. Also, the perspective here, and just the and this cool sci-fi elevator. And there's a cat with a gun on the other side of the store patrolling. Yeah, this is a password system. This is how ZZT has to do passwords, since there's no input other than multiple choice menus. There's a DOS prompt and our password, which is, what is it? Club, spade, club, spade, spade. Alright, so I'm gonna save and get myself killed. Just immediately lasered by a green alien cat. Ah, here's the grenade for the cat. And thus the alien cats are dead. Yeah, there's just a lot of really good effects in this game. It's like club, spade, spade. Club, spade, club. There we go. And you'll just get shot by the other cat if it's still down here. Oh, that's right. Now you pick up the cat's laser pistol, and now you're a cat with a gun. And this is where it kind of goes off a little bit. It's WizCat. The evil wizard cat. And this is when it straight up is a Game & Watch. to say I'm actually completely ignoring the lower left corner where it's just like a regular ZZT game. Even though that would probably be a lot easier for dodging bullets. Was got slain. And now you have to fight a dragon. The dragon is not as well drawn as the cat. I'm not sure which of those options it's doing Ravenworks. It could be either. There could be a row of objects above and below where the ZZT bullets are, and they check if they're blocked and change invisible walls as needed. Or it could very well be timed out, because the bullets are going to move at a constant rate anyways. This poor dragon is a mess. This fight, both these fights go on for way too long. Dragon is slain. And I got shot again. The end. You've saved your owner, who has been held by a dragon on a cat plant. Guess it had something to do with the teleporter in the basement. And you got fed. All in a day's work for a cat. So that's Cat That Damn Cat, which is a very cute game with a really neat engine. And that one came out in like 2009, so it's actually incredibly recent by ZZT standards. I don't know how they got home. Cat clearly understood like how to fly a spaceship and enter passwords and things and gun. I'm sure the cat can figure it out. Okay. We're only halfway through. But the rest of these will mostly go pretty quick, I think. So next up is Darkseekr, Anthony Testa. I don't know what that 1/10 of a second artboard was. This is a 3D dungeon crawler. You'll explore dungeons from a first-person point of view, mapping them out as you proceed. You'll encounter demons, find treasures, and hopefully save your unfortunate friend. Currently in the laptop interface, where the game will be your front end for the dungeon crawl. Here you can look up info, go level to level, do other neat things. Go north to the About screen. I suggest you read all information. Oof. That is a lot. What's the background? Okay. There's Monica and Gina. Gina enjoys the occult. And she's beautiful. Very important. She's beautiful and clever. Parents are overprotective. She's a bit of a rebel. Monica's a redhead and also attractive. She carries a laptop. They have almost eerie blue eyes. They're both attracted to the occult. They decide to try channeling a spirit from the other side. Blah blah blah. Dripping blood onto a makeshift altar. He chanted, Monica awoke the next day. Gina was gone. Her friend had been replaced by an eerie doorway placed in their closet. How could you tell, Evie? She changed into a white sleeveless t-shirt, a pair of flap jeans, and a pair of combat boots. She took Gina's handgun, which she had purchased for protection a while back, and entered the doorway, not knowing what she would find. This game has some quality writing. that's all the important stuff. Let's just get right to the actual game. Oops. So, as it said, it's a dungeon crawler, first-person perspective. The left is your map, the right is what you can see. Oh hey, I found treasure already. Five bullets. Back to the map. Counter demons. These demons take 6 hits, good lord. I remember the problem with this game being that you would very quickly run out of ammo, and this must be why. And you can see the random number generator, I guess. Those question marks will just occasionally shoot in a random direction, and you'll encounter whatever ends up getting hit. So we encounter some demons, and again, the R here is gonna shoot in a random direction, and that'll determine which of 4 possible encounters we'll have. ZZT does not have a random number generator, but does have random movement and shooting. And that boots you out here, and it unlocks the map controls again. And oh my god, another encounter. I'm guessing, and I hope I'm wrong, but I think it checks for an encounter every single step, and there's just like a 25% chance. Also, ZZT's randomness is biased depending on what method you use. There's some, you can just say like number shoot RND to shoot in a random direction, and that's random, I guess. That will straight up randomly pick, but there's also something like RNDPNE, which means pick a random direction perpendicular to north or east, which also means moving in a random direction. But that one is actually slightly biased because ZZT boards are wider than they are tall, so if you use that method, it actually tilts them left and right more often than up and down. So that way things don't end up hitting corners as easily. Problem is, this game is pure RNG, and so if you don't get treasure encounters, tough luck, you're gonna run out of ammo and health. And this, a lot of old first-person dungeon crawlers with a map tend to end up just focusing on the map and ignoring the whole first-person part, especially because there's only one texture, which makes it even worse than Wolfenstein. Although you could do stuff where different invisibles and get a couple more colors out of it, but this game just sticks with one. And you can't see the random number generator, but I know this one's doing something as well. Empty chest. But I mean, it repeats. It's just these same 3 rooms for every encounter. Treasure again. Yeah, I think it is really rolling for an encounter every single step. More nothing. Oh, I also completely overlooked that your torches represent how many steps you can take before your flashlight dies, and you can just get lost in the dark. I think it's an instant game over, but it might be just your map becomes invisible or something, which would be just as bad, really. I'd like to find the exit to the if I could before quitting this. But I think what's going to happen is I'm just going to run out of ammo. Yeah, I don't think you can melee the touch. Hey, ammo. Carry on a little longer. Oh, here we go. Stumble upon a pentagon, not a pentagram, just all written in blood. Portal to the next dungeon. So, yeah, level gets on. I thought this game had like shops. I'm assuming it does because I keep finding gems from killing the monsters. Oh, there, yeah, speak of the devil. There's a merchant. And even like what's for sale is gonna be randomly priced or available. So I think what's going on here with the random encounters is the left question mark shoots in a random direction. If it hits the E, you're having an encounter. Then the E sends a message to the other question mark to shoot in a random direction. And then you're getting treasure, demons, or merchants. Did I just randomly manage to not hit? Yeah, I guess I just didn't hit a merchant at all on the first floor. And you can go back between the floors, but I don't really think there's any reason to. But that's Darkseekr, and with a little bit more to it, I think it would have been a really cool game, but it just becomes very draining. Also, I believe that each level has like more difficult demons to fight too. Like, yeah, I've got 4 ammo. I do like that demon background too for the monster encounter. The art in this is actually pretty neat for what little there is. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna just have to die because I do not have ammo. Yeah, there's just no way to kill them otherwise. And so that's Darkseekr, which is pretty neat, but unplayable in the end, unfortunately. Alright. As soon as I tweeted I was going to be playing ZZT engine games, somebody else tweeted back at me, said 3D Talk engine, because this engine, this one is just famous. It's the 3D Talk engine by Mew. And this one became a big hit. Everybody loves the 3D Talk engine. Yeah. Check this out. The 3D Talk engine by Mew, aka Razorblade. This is the 3D Talk engine. I just made it in spare time. Don't laugh. Right now it's simple, but I'm making future games with even better versions. Create your own talk. Remake the 3D Talk engine. Make your own character. Put a scene, etc. Do anything you want. Then send it to me, so I can create the 3D Talk engine pack, filled with conversations. Enjoy. Touch the scroll to talk. So I hope you're all ready for the 3D Talk engine, because this is it. That was it. That's it. As literally it. Okay, now we're gonna get into the stuff that's really cool. I've got 3 more things. First off is Ecco the Dolphin, which actually just got released last year in like November or something. Oof had been sitting on it for a while. So yeah, this is gonna be Ecco the Dolphin in ZZT, and you have to set game speed up. ZZT has that option on the World Select menu. It's covered by Twitch chat right now, but you definitely do need to adjust it to speed things up. Play the game with speed, 1 notch lower than the highest speed. Also want to turn off the sound. Up to accelerate, down to decelerate, left to turn left, and right to turn right. Press space to charge. This will make Ecco move faster and attack enemies. Don't let enemies such as jellyfish and sharks attack Ecco. Fortunately, the only way to save is to press S right after reaching the edge of a board. There's a brief moment when the player is free, and that is your chance. Save any other time, and you can't after restoring. Full health is 50. Oxygen is represented by score. When score reaches 0, health will go down. Eat small fish to restore health. Find air to restore oxygen. There are different kinds of glyphs found in the sea. Barrier glyphs block Ecco's way. Key glyphs allow Ecco to pass barrier glyphs. One might call this more of a demo than a game. Yeah, boards cannot scroll Eevee. They're all C by 25. No matter what. And this Ecco. There's also charging, like it mentions. Oh, I forgot to turn off the sound like it requested, because you can constantly hear trying to copy a player for passages. Yes, this is Ecco the Dolphin. Oh, that jellyfish nearly killed me. Well, I just got myself killed. Oh no, I didn't. But yeah, this game just, well, demo really, but this just came out of nowhere just last year. Somebody's like, I've been sitting on this for a while and I'm never gonna finish it. But it's a very cool engine. It has 8 directions of movement, which normally isn't possible in ZZT, but it explains earlier the way you do it by combining walking in a direction with just regular movement in another. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I hit some gem, but yeah. Oh, wait, maybe find somewhere to go. So that's Echo. I'm going to call it quits. Then next up will be ZZTris. Speed one of the faster things. You can probably guess what this is just by the name. It's by Masamune, came out in 1999. People said it could not be done. And like I said, you can already guess. This is Tetris in ZZT, kind of. And this is very fast. Let's clear a line. There we go. That's how you clear a line. Not the most responsive thing in the world, which should come as no surprise. Oh god. I wanted to get a double. Yeah, shoot a bullet across fakes and normals, and if you can shoot whatever's on the other side, then it knows the path is clear and that you formed a line. Rotating, God only knows. There's only one duplicator, and I think it's actually like one object, and it's placing walls around itself. When are they going to run this one at GDQ? I am going to die. Who's lost? I think we're playing ZZTris. And there's a really good chance that ZZT is going to crash. Yeah. Yeah, ZZT really doesn't like this game. Has takes up way too much memory. Do I have a copy of the DOS cabinet here? That's probably the Windows cabinet. Well, I can tell you that ZZTris really hits ZZT's individual board size memory limit. And so it's very prone to crashing, sometimes during gameplay, but almost always when you actually close it out. Alright. Last show off. This will actually take a while because several things. But this is the 2009 release Machines. Preposterous Machines. And pretty much everything involves cranking up that game speed. Preposterous Machines. This was made by Drake Wilson, who has never made a ZZT game before until this. He found out about ZZT and was like, I wonder what weird things I can do, and he found quite a lot. just to give a little bit of framing, like it's some strange factory. Let's try out the sign. Okay, so this is a sine renderer, which will render a sine wave. Rendering a sine wave. Also, I have no idea what pretty much anything this entire world is doing, but it does it. I think it's basically using bullets as like a pulse to parse data. Also, pretty much everything needs to run at supermax game speed. So I'm gonna crank it up, and let's let this go a little faster. There we go. Well, let's mute that sound, because that's awful. And I do have DOSBox set to run actually at max CPU cycles and not a fixed rate. So this really is as fast as I can run it. I can't imagine what a nightmare it must have been to test this stuff. And there's some kind of data being encoded with the walls and blue fakes. I think it might actually be faster to teach somebody trigonometry and have them draw a sine wave themselves. But whatever it's doing it. I wish I could go a little faster, but also, whatever nightmare of coding is on any of these boards has to be under 20 kilobytes. Roughly. It's got to be even less than that. ZZT has no arithmetic. It only has giving and taking from counters, which aren't being used at all here. So all of its data encoding and processing is done with these walls. I can tell you that much. It's starting to come along. Almost halfway done. So I think you get the idea of the sine wave generator. And trust that it will in fact generate a sine. Actually, does it explain much? No. Nope. That's the sine wave. What's mult? Okay, this is mult. This is a 4x4 multiplier. Takes two operands between 0 and 15 and multiplies them in binary, then outputs the result in decimal. The numbers are input using the 0 to F keys to the south. Input the first number, push star, input the second number, push equal. Begin the multiplication. Make sure to wait for all the motion to settle between one button press and the next. Press R when the multiplication is finished to reset the machine for another run. Alright, let's try 8. I think it's safe to press the button. Times 7. So 8 times 7. Cool. $56. And you can even reset the entire thing. Say 12 times 5. I don't know if cute is the word I'd use for it. Okay, 12 times 5 equals... It is a lot of fun to watch. I will give you that. And this would also be at a grueling pace with ZZT at normal speed. $60. So that's the multiplier. Tether is a newer version of Tetris. Actually, I should probably slow this down because I'm going to have to play it. That is the wrong game. Okay, Tetris. This machine is suspect. Machine implements a subset of a following phenomenon of the game similar to the popular game Tetris. Step into the exact center of the arrows to begin the game. Use up to rotate, right to move right, left to move left, and down to trigger a faster, uninterruptible drop. Forming one or more complete lines grants you points, removes the lines from the board. Hold down up during an uninterruptible drop to quit once the drop is finished. Do not pause. ZZT will not allow you to unpause in the state where objects surround the player as they do here. There are also sound effects. Faults, there are bugs. Games after the first appear to experience significant glitches. Sideways piece collisions with non-edge solid material hang the machine. In case of a hang, a watch timer prevents the controls from staying locked up indefinitely. So let's play Tetris. Now this one is with objects. And of course we get an O. So let's try that hard drop, which is a soft drop. Cool, good random numbers. Oh man. You get to see how bad I am at Tetris. I think that's lined up. I hope it is. Oh, there is black shadow. I completely ignored that. Also, this one actually is the proper piece sizes as well. Well, not going to be able to get a Tetris out of it. But I can go for the triple. Oh, that's right, they said there was sound. Should be unmute that. Oh, did not like that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Ow! I'm actually very impressed that oh my god, that it did that. I think the fact that it's in air condition is honestly more impressive than that it was playing Tetris. Okay, well, moving on to the tour, which is a Knight's Tour. Completes a Knight's Tour on an 8x8 chessboard, starting from any point. Press circle to begin. You can set the starting point. Yellow boulders. Computation is finished. The moves of the resultant Knight's Tour will be visible to the west as 4 banks with 16 cells, interpreted according to the legend in the southwest. North on the chessboard is considered to be towards rank 8, and east towards file H. Conversely, south is towards rank 1, and west towards file A. And it said this one was a long one, so I'm going to crank up the speed again. Let's try D6. I wonder if this just solves the tour, or if this is one of those continuous ones where it ends on the same tile it starts on. I guess we'll find out. Knight's Tour. I remember actually trying to make one of these in ZZT when I learned what a Knight's Tour was, because I thought it might be something actually possible, and I never got that far. But Drake Wilson did it. It's coming along. I do remember having a Knight's Tour game on my graphing calculator. I never managed to actually solve it myself. I have no idea what that I was doing. It's getting full. So no, it doesn't end where it starts, but I'm still impressed. So feel free to copy on that. Manned. Mandelbrot set. Long. Mutes. This machine renders a 44 by 15 raster image of a rectangle Mandelbrot set. Rectangle is between a 0.082, 0.805, 0.254, 0.586. Push circle to begin, and push circle again to park or resume the machine. Machine must be parked in order to exit the room. Machine takes a very long time to run to completion. Run it on the fastest configuration you have available. We might be coming back to this because I think this one is extremely slow even compared to everything else. But let's see how it goes. Yeah, this may take a while. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna park and see if that. Yeah, we'll park at next jump. The fact that you interrupt this, I think, is pretty neat. Okay, it's parked. We'll come back to that one later. I think more accurately, I'll probably just like record ZZT and go play a video game for 3 hours and then come back and then upload a video to YouTube. Because I have a hunch it takes a while. How do you even test something like this? Alright, moving on then for now. There's 1DCA. I don't know what that could actually be. Oh, 1D cellular automaton. Machine simulates a few of the more popular rules for one-dimensional 2-state cellular controls include switches, rules, random patterns. This is another one I think I might have tried making in ZZT myself. Yeah, this is our good buddy Conway. And you can actually alter the pattern, but it does conveniently have... What's the random button? I thought it said there was a random button. Okay. Oh, here we go. Let's do quarter on. And which of these buttons starts it? The circle. Wow, it even handles borders. That's impressive. Oh, this is endless. This is going to keep erasing rows. What are other options? So you can manually set the pattern. I think yeah. That's that one. Oh, I should probably not be in full speed still. Because there is a little bit more to it. Fragile looking plate glass window. Ah. This game had, well, might not be the right word, but this world had a couple pieces apparently. Oh, here we go. Drake Wilson, public domain. What's .ch? Is that chili? Thanks to Icefox and Kyorteo for feedback. Oh, well, there we go. My live journal cited in a ZZT game. I wonder if I have my Knight's Tour stuff somewhere. Inspired by Zork and Lord of the Rings. Oh, this is interesting. Oh. Well. Guess we know what this is. solve a Tower of Hanoi puzzle. Oh, you don't know what this is? Or maybe you do. But yeah, you just have to basically move the rings around the pegs from the far left to the far right. And the rule is you can't put a larger peg on top of a smaller one. Unfortunately, my player is trapped, so I can't save and crank up the speed to max. Or I can just do it this way. Okay. Now it'll go a little faster. So this one is probably the most readable. I'm assuming that the sliders are each bits. And the first one is which is basically the source and the destination. Because it's going through them two at a time. Yeah, I think just calculate the entire thing. There we go. Oh, I guess that's everything. The only thing left is the more Mandelbrats. So I guess this is as good a time as any for me to take a quick break. I'll be back in a second. I'm back, and I see nothing has changed. would love to see it draw a single tile. It's doing stuff up top. That would be quite the project, to have a physical machine. Oh, thank you, Evie. That's what I've been working on. That's like just going straight from a zip. And that's also like the public beta, which is a bit outdated. The latest version has stuff like hiding objects in the stat list that don't have any code, and also some really basic syntax highlighting on the ZZT OOP itself. Won't lie though, looking at this code really does not help, whether you know it or not. It does use flags. There's busy, on, RQP, I don't know what that would... request position, request something. Skip. It's a bit of a mess. Oh, the public version doesn't even have the different renderers. So I've got methods now where it'll draw the board with everything as dark gray except for objects, so you can find hidden objects easily. And another one that's like that for fake walls, things like that. I don't think we're getting anywhere anytime soon. I guess I'll leave the stream on for a little bit longer, but I mean, this is the end. By all means, don't stick around if you don't want to watch whatever's going on with these blue and white walls. I know, we just want 1 pixel, and I'd be so happy. I'm gonna open my task manager and see how much CPU is being used by DOSBox. According to this, it's only using like 6%. Well, you might be able to figure it out before it actually does anything. You've got the time. Alright, I'm gonna give this until 4:30, and it's 4:20 now. And then I'm just gonna cut it off. But maybe running this overnight actually would be a good idea. Gonna be a really exciting pixel though. ZZT only runs at like 10 frames a second. I mean, it draws faster than that, but each cycle is roughly 1/10 of a second long. So, every time something's moving, the first pixel is black, we're gonna be very upset. I mean, it's like a specifically chosen. So, I thought it would be. Yeah, this started with everything as blue. Well, almost everything. But the eye section was blue. Apparently. I need like a spare computer. Can a Model 1 Raspberry Pi handle streaming a DOS game? Maybe this board is just a trick. And it's just trying to fool us and staring at it for hours as it randomly puts down white walls. I want to see a pixel. Oh, did anybody pay attention to what time it was when this room started? The second time? Wait a minute. Something might be happening. Per pixel. So I'm looking at the full thing being like frames per day. Frames per days, plural. Alright. I can't just sit here and watch this forever. Park it, I'm gonna save my game, I'm gonna stop the stream, and if either of you want a copy of the save, by all means, that way you don't have to start from scratch and you can just pick up right where I leave off. Because my god, this machine is preposterous. Park at the next jump. I wonder when the next jump will be. I mean, I could probably just save it at any time, but I'd feel very bad if something was screwy with the timing because of that and it broke. Okay. Alright, thank you for watching an hour of this. It was was a fun stream, and I hope you enjoyed first-person dungeon crawlers and side-scrollers and Ecco the Dolphin and the 3D talk engine. But I think we're done here. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later.